So you can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching or doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully, wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. And so if you would like to listen to this in a still position, you can just allow yourself to take all the time that you need to arrive there. And let yourself fidget, adjust, stretch, or move in whatever ways your body wants to move. And doing your best to not think about these movements at all, not worry about what anything looks like, but maybe even closing the eyes and just coming fully into your sense of feeling and letting your body move you in the ways that intuitively feel good in your bones, muscles, and joints. Maybe rolling out the shoulders or the neck, the hands, even the wrists, just anything at all in the body that feels good. Side body bends, torso twists. Just checking in with how you are doing today. And so there is also no rush whatsoever. You can keep moving throughout this practice anytime you feel the need to. But at any point, if you haven't already and would like to, you can make your way to a still position. As you just check in that the spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you take a moment now to mark your arrival into your practice today and into your body today with a full, intentional, cleansing breath. As you call in fresh, new air into the body, filling up to every corner and edge of you, getting as full as you can. And just holding that for a moment once you are full, to just stay and experience what it feels like to be full of air for an extra moment. And as you need to, slowly exhaling and letting it all go, bit by bit. As you gently pull the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here to now sit and experience this sense of emptiness in the body. And allowing your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And you can continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you, without any need to worry about the actual length of your inhales and exhales and pauses on either side, but just letting each of the 4 parts of your breath be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So as your body would naturally stop inhaling, just seeing if you can expand your belly, maybe even expand your back and your rib cage slightly to just take in one more sip of air. And when you would naturally feel the need to roll over to your exhale, just seeing if you can hold off on that for one extra moment and stay with that fullness with a bit more intention. And then again, as you exhale, even once you think you're empty, just seeing if you can push out one more bit of air and stay for an extra moment in that emptiness. As we just consciously slow down the process of the breath. Our breath is our one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And so taking this time to voluntarily slow down the breath and therefore communicating to our nervous system and to our body on a deep level that now is a time to slow down, to turn our attention inward. And there's also no rush whatsoever here. You can continue to breathe in this intentional and slow way for as long as it feels good for you. But at any point, if you haven't already, you may release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to step almost back and up in the mind and into the role of the observer or the role of the witness, and into that perspective where you are no longer controlling or guiding the depth or rhythm of your breath, but you are simply watching as your body breathes you, letting go of that voluntary guidance. And now simply observing the automatic process of the body breathing. Seeing if you can observe your slow, gentle, and automatic breath the same way that you would observe any other force of nature. That same feeling you have maybe when you lay on the beach and watch the waves as they roll up along the shoreline. Not trying to change anything about the size or speed of the waves, but simply watching as each one comes and goes, as it always will. Allowing this to be a time where you observe yourself and your present experience of the world as it is. Noticing when any expectations pop up or judgments pop up, as they naturally will. And noticing when the mind is wanting to wander to the past, thinking about anything at all before this very moment, or maybe trying to be productive and multitask and plan for your day ahead and wandering to the future. And just know that the moment you notice any activity in the mind or any chatter in the mind, that act of noticing in itself automatically brings you back to that place of witnessing and observing, which is where we would like to stay for this practice and many healing practices. Staying in this exact moment that is in a constant state of change. And so you can let some of your awareness come to rest on your face. And even with the eyes closed, noticing or feeling any expression that you may feel on the face right now. Making note of any resting expression on the face, and making note of any emotions that could be communicated by this expression. Maybe with the brow furrowed or the jaw tense. The nostrils could be flared, or even the chin or ears could be holding some lingering tension. And you can just allow your awareness of these areas of holding and resisting in the face, these areas of tension. You can just allow your awareness of them be all that you need to instead allow these areas to soften. As you maybe even open and close the mouth a few times before getting your jaw to simply hang into place. And your tongue to release from the roof of the mouth. Allowing your lips to rest softly on one another. And feeling the corners of your mouth soften as well. And this overall general sense of release in your entire mouth. As you allow that sense of letting go to naturally allow the chin to soften even more, the nostrils, that softness and letting go naturally spreading outward and upward as your cheeks let go even further, the ears, all of the tiny muscles that exist along your lash line, the muscles that will scrunch up when you squint your eyes, even feeling those muscles soften. As you just allow your eyelids to rest on one another. And maybe even feeling a sense that the corners of your eyes are getting slightly wider, simply with this release, this unraveling of the muscles. Even letting your eyeballs feel a sense that they are resting in the sockets. As even your gaze becomes soft, wherever it is you happen to be looking, whether that be at the world outside of you or at the world inside of you. maybe at the backs of the eyelids, or maybe peering up slightly into the forehead, or maybe the eyes rolling back even further and peering into the skull. Wherever it is that your eyes happen to be gazing, just allowing that gaze to be soft so that you can see all things rather than one specific thing. As you allow even your hairline to soften back, as your eyebrows release and your forehead becomes wide and deep. As you feel this general sense that all of the muscles in the face, every tiny muscle that has made every expression that you've ever made, almost seeing all of these muscles simply ungrip from the bones and releasing back into the support of your skin. As you remember that you can trust your own anatomy. And every night when you go to sleep is a great reminder of that. When you let go in the fullest sense and drift off into a deep sleep, you are never crushed and you never float away, but with the magic of gravity all around you, the earth beneath you, and your own anatomy, your skin, bones, muscles, joints, holding everything right in place, right where it needs to be. Even when you fully let go, you are always being held exactly where you need to be. And there's absolutely nothing in particular that you need to be doing right now. Nothing that you should be feeling right now. This is not a doing or thinking process, but rather one of listening and observing. A process of receiving whatever it is that is here for you to receive. Doing your best to soften your body, soften yourself enough so that you are open and receptive to whatever messages are trying to come through to you specifically. Remembering that there is not one person out there who would be able to teach you more about yourself, about your life, your wants and desires, your passions, than what introspection and spending time learning about yourself can teach you. And we can be introspective and learn about ourselves while still existing in community and still interacting with our loved ones. This does not mean we need to isolate ourselves in order to learn about ourselves. Because in fact, we often times will learn the most about ourselves through reflecting on our interactions and our relationships. And so, no matter what phase of life you are in right now, in any area of life right now, maybe socially you are in a more isolating phase, or maybe you're in a rather busy phase where you're interacting with people a lot. No matter, or anywhere in between those extremes, there are always opportunities to reflect and learn and grow. And so this process is also not about ignoring any unpleasant memories that pop up or sugarcoating the bad things that you're experiencing with love and light. But this practice is about showing up honestly for yourself exactly as you are. And you are allowed to show yourself that same level of grace and kindness that you would show to your best friend or to anyone in your life who you love dearly. And oftentimes, if not all of the time, the mistakes that we make and the things that we may ruminate over for some time or have regrets over are some of our greatest gifts. They teach us so much about who we would like to be. And that gives you the opportunity to be an active participant in your own growth, to grow in the direction of your choosing. But we cannot change what we don't first accept. And so you are allowed to accept yourself and all aspects of who you are right now, all aspects of who you have been in the past, with the knowledge that acceptance and accepting yourself does not mean that you like it or agree with it or want to be this way. It simply means that you acknowledge reality. You acknowledge who you are based on your actions, based on your thoughts and ideas. And when we are honest with ourselves about those things, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we are then allowed to notice the things we want less of and the qualities and traits we would like more of. And great personal change and growth happens in small daily actions. And just know that each and every moment you decide to act from a place of love, or do something that you've always wanted to do and just haven't gotten around to it yet. Or each and every time you call that person you've been meaning to call, or cook a healthy meal for yourself and a loved one, or lose yourself in your passions and interests and fascinations. All of these things will gradually get you closer and closer to exactly where you want to be and exactly where you will be. And just be so kind and patient with yourself along the journey. As growth is not linear, it does not, once you start growing in a positive direction, it's not going to be positive forever. Life will always have its ups and downs. The pendulum will always swing back and forth, make its way to the middle, and then start swinging again. And we can make the changes of life that will always be here so much lighter and easier on ourselves simply by accepting change. It is the only thing all of us can count on, is that everything will change. Especially how we feel. And so you can let that fact be a great comfort to you if you are feeling really bad and want to feel different, because you will. How you feel will change. It is impossible that it won't. And it can also be great permission for you to fully soak in and make the most of all the good things that you feel when you feel them, because they will also change. And you are allowed to hold on to all of those good, warm, loving memories and feelings, maybe present feelings. You're allowed to hold on to them almost as little lifelines to get you through the harder times that will come. Or maybe the hard times that are here now. And as you take a moment to just re-soften your physical body, noticing if any tension has crept back into the face, or maybe the shoulders, the stomach, the hands. You can just remind your body that it is safe to be soft right now. You can allow your glutes to fully relax and your pelvic floor to lengthen and widen into the seat beneath you. You can remind yourself, remind your body on a deep, deep level that you are already on your way to exactly where you want to be. And everything, every little moment in your life has led you to this exact point. And just taking a moment now to really remember the actual magic that is. To really remember just how grateful all of us should be on a moment-to-moment basis, simply for being alive. And just how crazy it is that all of this exists. There have been so many things that have gone perfectly right and exactly as it should. So much love that has occurred simply for you to exist right now. So many generations of love. So many generations of life that has occurred, that has all contributed to your existence. And that is something to be so, so grateful for. The fact that you have a body, you are able to hear what I'm saying and feel what you are feeling and perceive the world exactly as you perceive it. Remembering the magic that comes included in your own life. You are the only one who hears exactly what you hear, sees exactly what you see, feels, tastes, smells exactly what it is you take in. You have a entirely unique perception, and that in itself is of value to this world. And whatever it is that you are meant to do here, whatever thing it is that you are meant to share, allow yourself to do and share those things whenever the time is right. And you can just take a few moments now to bring your attention into your heart center and really listen closely to this rhythm, this steady background beat to your entire existence. The sound of your own heartbeat. And just know that this heart has been pumping life and love into you and every inch of your body from before you were even breathing air. From the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. And this heart will continue to beat and work hard for you for as long as you exist in this body. And this heart is your own personal and direct line of connection to whatever source or force is out there that you believe allows all of our hearts to beat, allows all of this life to exist, the birds to sing, and the trees to grow. You are innately connected to the source that all of life comes from, because you are also alive. And there is nothing you can ever say or do that will ever strip you of this connection. And since you are energy, energy cannot be created or destroyed. And so you will never be destroyed. And the essence of who you are will always be connected to the source of all love and everything that allows life to exist. And so if it feels like something that you'd like to do today, you can let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you just feel this contact of your palms and fingertips to one another, and you feel your heart lift toward your thumbs as your thumbs press back toward your heart. Feeling once again and tuning into this unique rhythm of your own life, your own heartbeat. Feeling your hands pulsing into one another as well. And calling in a final deep and full breath of air into the body, watching yourself as you fill up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all that you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And taking a moment to bow to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.